Hi there. Today I'll be showing you how to integrate scanoss with GitLab so that every time you open a merge request, your code gets automatically scanned for any undeclared open source components and licenses. Very quick before we start, I'm just showing you what you guys need. You need a GitLab account with a project initialized and the scanoss API key. The first thing to do is when you're in the repository, go into settings and click access tokens. Then create a project access token by clicking add a new token. Give your token a name. So project access token. You can give it a description and expiration date. For the role, select developer or something higher. Guess won't work. And for the scopes, select both API and read API. Then click create project access token. So then what you do is actually copy the token here, go into settings, go into CI/CD, go into variables, add a variable. For the key, enter gitlab_token, and for the value, paste in that key that you just copied. An important thing to note is when you're creating the variables, make sure that for visibility, masked and hidden are selected, and for flags, make sure that protected variable is unchecked and expand variable references is checked. Click add variable. Now I'll be creating another one for the scanoss API key. Click add variable, scroll down. For the key, I'm going to put in scanoss_token, and for the value, I'm going to put in my scanoss API key. As you can see, I have two CI/CD variables here now, GitLab token and scanoss token. Now I've opened up my project in Visual Studio Code, and inside of the root folder, I'm going to create a file named .gitlab-ci.yml. GitLab will automatically look for this file to run the pipeline. I'll go ahead and paste the code taken from the scanoss documentation for the GitLab integration. The include here pulls the scanoss component, and the policies you'll check once it runs is any undeclared open source code and any CopyLeft licenses. The rules down here decide when the pipeline runs. Right now it runs on merge requests and scheduled runs. Now that that's done, let's save this all and push this all up. So git add, I'm going to add everything. Git commit -m, add scanoss CI, and then run a git push. Okay, so now that we've pushed our changes to our GitLab repository, it's important to note that the pipeline we have configured runs on merge requests. So in order to create a merge request now, I'm going to create a new branch in the project and then push some new changes, which should trigger the pipeline. So I'll be creating a new branch, git checkout -b test -scanoss. Then I'm going to git add all the changes and git commit -m test scanoss. Then I'll do a git push -u origin test scanoss, and that'll push the changes to the branch. Going back to GitLab, I get a notification with my test branch, so then I click on create merge request. I can give it a description, I can change the title if I want. I'm just going to leave everything as it is and then click create merge request. Giving it a couple seconds, as you can see, there's a merge request pipeline that is running, which is running scanoss. So give that a couple seconds and let that finish off. Once the pipeline is complete, we can go down to the right hand side here and click on job artifacts. As you can see, the pipeline failed. We haven't actually included any scanoss.json file, which includes the declaration of components in our project. So it's expected that it has failed. Clicking into browse here, we get a number of artifacts that we can download. So the code quality report, any CopyLeft policies, the scanoss raw.json output, the SBOM in CSV format, the scan summary in JSON format, the results in SPDX-Lite format, the undeclared policy results summary in Markdown format. Opening up the undeclared policy results summary, as you can see, it mentions that two undeclared components were found, which are the two files that I have in that project. It mentions add the following snippet into your scanoss.json file to declare the components. So I'd have to copy and paste this include statement right here into a scanoss.json file, which I would save inside of my project. Going back to Visual Studio Code, I'm going to create a scanoss.json file in the root of my repository and then paste in that suggested snippet. Additionally, I can expand the scanoss.json file by including the advanced snippet tuning parameters, which I've already pasted in right here. Then running git add, git commit -m, update project, git push -u origin test scanoss. Going back into pipelines, I can see that the latest pipeline that I just ran was successful. Clicking into the pipeline ID right here, as you can see, the latest one is scanoss. Job was completed successfully. We can browse the job artifacts as well. We can confirm that there's no CopyLeft licenses by downloading the results and then just opening them up here and seeing that the table here is blank. Going to undeclared policy results again to just double check that there's no undeclared components. As you can see, the results here is blank, meaning that everything was declared successfully. You can also click into your merge request and see the summary of the scan outputted in a table format here as well. And that's pretty much it. That's how you'd integrate scanoss with GitLab. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.